Hello guys, today we have with Sorcha, the president of the UCU strike at Keele University, and she will explain some of the main features that the campaign has and why the teachers are striking and what will be the future if the strike doesn't come to the agreement.
So I'm the Keele UCU Branch President, and we're on strike here at Keele because in the negotiations around our pensions, and there are negotiations like every 3 years when they reevaluate the value of the scheme, those negotiations broke down. So the employers group, UUK, weren't really talking to us very much, and so in order to get them back to the table, we said we would have to go on strike action. We don't take strike action lightly. We don't do it if we don't have to. When we're on strike, we lose a full day's pay, and for this industrial action, we have 14 days of strike action, so it's 2 weeks of pay that we lose. So it's not something we do for fun. And the consequences for some of our staff at Keele who earn around £22,000 a year are that they would be living well below minimum wage in their retirement. So somebody who earns around £22,000 at the moment under the current scheme would get £14,000 in their retirement, which is around minimum wage, just a little bit higher than minimum wage. Under the proposed changes, they'd only get £9,000 a year, which is
that's a huge impact.
Which is a very, very big impact, and we're very concerned. Although those members of staff are not in our union, we take very seriously the impact that these changes will have on our lower paid colleagues. Okay, the impact will be much more negatively felt by them. For those of us on higher salaries, if you say are a lecturer and you earn £35,000 or £40,000, we're going to lose around 40% of our retirement income, and we would be drastically disadvantaged compared with our peers in other institutions where they have a different scheme. So we'll be getting about 60% less than colleagues who are in the TPS, which is the Teachers' Pension Scheme. So it's a really, really big difference, and it will have a very significant impact on our ability to take care of ourselves, to pay our bills, and not to be struggling in our old age. And I know our students don't have to think about that just yet, but the thing about a pension is that you actually start saving for that. You start paying into that when you're young so that you don't have to worry when you're old. So unfortunately, academics, because we have to study for so long, we don't start full-time work until we're in our late 20s, maybe even to our mid-30s. So we have less time to save, and the pay is not bad, but it's not good either. So we don't have a huge capacity after we pay our bills and childcare costs to save for the future beyond what we contribute to our pension. So the pension is money that we pay in and that the employer agrees to pay us as part of our salary packet, is a certain amount of pay that we get every month and a certain amount that goes into our pension fund. So this is all our money. We're not looking for more money. We want them just to manage the money, manage the fund that holds the money differently. Right? So we're not looking for more money from the employers or from students indirectly. We want the money that's there to continue to be there and to be managed in such a way that it performs well. That's our major request. And we want to maintain the defined benefit element, which means we know how much we'll get in old age, that we won't be dependent on the economy performing well in order to have a decent income. Students will suffer if we can't get good academics to come work here.
Exactly.
So and lots and lots of academic staff could make more money in the private sector, and they choose to come into higher education because they know they won't get lots of money, but they'll have a secure future with a decent pension, and of course they do it because they love teaching and research, and they love engaging with students, and we want that to continue, and we do not want our institution, Keele, or similar institutions that are in the USS scheme to be disadvantaged by having a terrible pension offer. So we really hope that a decent agreement will be reached, so that we can continue to work here with some security, and that we'll continue to attract really exciting, innovative researchers who come work and teach here. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. So we are hoping the negotiations will go perfectly for the teachers. So it will be a win-win for both sides. And thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
And hopefully it will all go perfectly.
Yeah. Yes. I would love that.